win. Slay.
We are from the Madeira School, and this poem is Unripened Fruit, 14 and Black in the Jim Crow South. June 1944, 14-year-old innocent George Stinney was executed for the death of two little white girls.
August 1955, 14-year-old Emmett Till murdered for whistling at a white woman.
September 1963, 14-year-old Addie Mae Carroll, Cynthia, and Denise killed in a white supremacist church bombing in Birmingham.
George Stinney Jr., the story you have not heard.
Summertime in South Carolina, a time to be free.
A time to grow into your wings.
Instead, an all-white jury clipped them when they decided your fate. At the end of summer, you would not walk to school, but to death by electrocution. Your 95-pound body did not fill the grand wooden chair made for an adult nearly double your size books. That you never had a chance to read propped up your barely 5-foot frame because you were too small for the death that was to enshroud you. George. Straps, electrodes, and humanity and racism were all complicit in your demise. Your childlike eyes watering from behind the mask made far too big for your prepubescent features. The mask fell off for a reason. They say you asked why. But they did not hear you as your soul took flight from behind the body.
Broken by a system that was broken itself.
Soaring behind the spirits of the men who went before you.
Emmett Till.
I want to let you know that your name will never be forgotten. That your smile and laughter and the things that made you a little black boy will not leave our hearts. Your mother left the casket open for a reason. She wanted to make sure that everyone could see that
Little black boys do fly.
even if their bodies are sunken in the Tallahatchie River. Dear Emmett, I want to let you know that those men have finally been punished for torching your body for a black code you have not yet learned to decipher. They have to live with your heroic departure, the guilt of your death, the forever burning light of our determination to end this suffering that none of us would want for ourselves. Forgive us for not making sure that iron bars and scarlet letters would be branded onto your murderous chests. Forgive us for not ending the hatred before it had to end you.
Little brown girls in Birmingham, I saw your grins. Stretching and snapping like charred skin against bloody bones, sweating fingers gripping each other's as you slipped into unconsciousness. You grinned because that white man didn't know. He didn't know that little black girls could steal light from the corners of stars and take it as their own in a realm of darkness. Could birds fluttering wings from broken backs practically behind a world too cruel to hold them. He didn't know that little black girls don't die. Your body's laid on sacred ground for a reason. He thought he was killing you. He didn't know they tried that with your people before. That black men were brought in chains for the fear that their feet would beat the bloodstained earth and take off flying back to Mother Africa. That being black and female in 1963 could have been more of a tragedy than a blessing. He didn't know that murder isn't possible for a kind that's already been declared dead. That wings and flight and escape are more familiar to your people than anything else. That you could all skip over rivers and sit on the curves of crescent moons. Could leave freshly pressed church dresses hanging from trees like swinging black bodies in favor of immortality. They didn't know that black youth couldn't die. They didn't know that we could always fly.
Yes.